Donna Lee, your comedy minute. Go ahead.
All right. My comedy minute is a little longer than a minute, but when I was in comedy the
Maybe
first time,
do 5 minutes, whatever you want. Bella Weenie, it's nice to have you here.
she's present. When I did comedy the first time, I took a comedy class after I did the TV show, and then some people were
Right,
like giving me polite advice. Maybe you should take a comedy class because I was talking about how I didn't know how to write well. So I
right.
took a life-changing comedy class from the course instructor was Sam Cox at Cap City Comedy, and his instructions were the very first day, go to Blockbuster and rent all of the comedy that you can, all the different genres of comedy, whether you think you like it or not. And then the
Okay.
next time we meet, we're going to talk about it. So I went out and I got Blue Collar Comedy Tour, the DVD, and Kings of Comedy, the DVD. I popped them in, and who struck me the most wasn't the bigger endings, the bigger guys at the end, but I was so impressed and fell professionally in love with D.L. Hughley, who came out first on Kings
Yeah.
of Comedy, and Bill Engvall, who came out first on the Blue Collar Comedy Tour.
Right.
And fast forward, I took the course, I did this, and just started doing gigs here and there. But fast forward a few months into it, I ended up opening for Bill Engvall and opening for D.L. Hughley within a couple of years of watching them on those DVDs. And that was one of my more proud moments for
Oh
sure.
my God.
Yeah.
That's
And
incredible.
when I opened for DL Hughley, I did such a great job that I told him too. I said, and I manifested back then, but I didn't know it. I said, DL Hughley, I'm going to open for you. I saw him at a show at Cap City. I wasn't opening yet. And then a few months later, the management said, well, we'd like for you to open for DL Hughley. And I was like, oh my God. So then when I saw him, I said, do you remember me telling you I was going to open for you a few months ago here? And he said, I remember that. I remember you came up to me and said that. So then I opened for him for 6 shows for the weekend. And then I went up to him at the end of that weekend at Cap City and I said, DL Hughley, I told you I was going to open for you. My name's Donna Lee. I'm going to feature for you one day. And he looked at me, he smiled, he goes, I bet you will, Miss Lee. And I was like, cool. So about 6 months later, I get a phone call from his manager who said, hey, DL's regular feature can't make it to the Houston Improv. Do you want to feature for him all weekend? And I lost my mind and I started crying and I was like, oh my God. And it was one of the best weekends of my whole life because I got to learn from the man, from the GOAT, from the legend. And he gave me lots of fun advice and we talked and I said, I have a clean set. And he was like, there's no way you did that, had got that reaction from my audience with a clean set. You never said any bad words. I said, I don't cuss on stage. And every time I nailed it and I had the best time. And I think he was pretty impressed with me. He was super kind. I loved him. So that's my fun comedy minute.